In this video, we'll discuss the buttons as well as the selector knob. So the first button here is the reset button. You can think of this as to wake up the machine from sleep mode. Maybe you want to change your mind with the selections that you've made. So when we first press that, the machine is highlighting the first pizza option. We can cycle past those first 4 options. And that'll bring us to the first selection here around the knob, which is manual mode. Manual mode is your most flexible option. And you can continue to rotate that knob. And let's say we selected something, but then we decided, oh, that might be wrong or something, we can press reset, and that's what the reset button does for you. Or if you like your knob to be straight, you can rotate it straight and then reset. I do it all the time. The next buttons are time and temperature. So these will depend on which selection you select with the knob first, will determine how much flexibility you have with each option. Some are optimized to not change the time, some are optimized to not need temperature or darkness changes. So let's give you an example. So again, with manual mode, we have the most flexibility. This is, DIY mode. So with that, we can press the time button, and we can make our selection there. And we can press the time button again to lock it in. And then we can also press our temperature/darkness button. In this case, this is for temperature, and we can manually adjust our temperature. And different modes have different ranges for time and temperature, all based on what we've tested to be most optimal for those pre-selected times and functions. All right, we can press our reset button once more. So we've covered the time and temperature. Now, I mentioned darkness. So on some modes, for example, toast, instead of using a time or temperature, it is based on like a degree of toastedness. Now, this will depend on what you're actually toasting. A thin slice of white bread might toast a lot easier than a cold bagel. So that's where you would select your temperature button. And we have these little dashes that indicate the highest level of toastedness and the lowest. And of course, that would really depend on what you're toasting again. Similar to the toast function, when using the steak option, with this, we can press our time button. And when we change that time, you'll notice there's another number on the right side. This is based on a percentage out of 100. So let's say we set it for 2.5 minutes. We have a 70. That indicates a 70% doneness. Think of it as like a medium well. And if we continue to increase that time, we can see we have a well done at 100%. We can reduce it lower to like a medium degree of cookness or a medium rare and so forth. So that's for the steak function. It's similar to the toast where it has a unique system. And for others, everything is about the same. You have some level of flexibility based on time and temperature. And then finally, the last button here that we'll discuss is a very simple one. This is just our lamp. This lets us see inside. We have a beautiful illuminated inside there, and we can turn that on or turn it off with that button. And it also will automatically turn off, as well as turns on and off when the machine is opened.